that with whatever whoever we are and with whatever we have, we manage to do the best that we can. It's kind of an anecdote, and I think I agree a little bit with Valentin with what he said, that we have to reward, because if not, we are not going to improve anything. Or I think if we are engineers, we need to abide by certain standards, and it would be more interesting, more important for us if it was a criteria, a requirement that we had to abide by. And when we were defining this name, research networks, technology for all, etc., maybe this conference is very necessary in order to bring together all the needs, to collect all the needs and make them and disseminate this information, and seeing where the trends are going, and seeing if it's important, what is most important in these processes. Is it very important for mobile phones to have this to make this sound, this beep beep when the battery is going to run out, or is it more important to have wonderful articles written about it? I think it's important to have the practice, and I think that it could be ANECA recognizing this. ANECA could recognize these items in the curricula of a school, but also we could reward the teachers, or also there could be recognition from the companies. And so we need to look into all the aspects. I would only like to say that I don't mind recognizing this design for all, this thing, recognizing lecturers or teachers that do take all this into account. But what I'm concerned about is that just suddenly, because it's been recognized or rewarded, this may generate to a culture of alleged accessibility, which is not so. Yeah, the window effect, the shop window effect, is that what it's called? Yes, it's like, I believe that it's like a suite. It's like saying, if you do this, I'll give you 1 point, and they will not do it out of their own interest. But I think I was thinking more on the idea that in order to be hired as a lecturer, as a professor, or you need to abide by this. You need to be trained in accessibility if you want to be a teacher at university, and if you are not, then you'll have to find a training somewhere else. It will be like one extra requirement. Yeah, I was talking about the shop window effect. And I'm going to give you an anecdote. In my university, they decided to build a very beautiful library, and in the library they had a very important slopes. They were about 15-20% degrees, and these slopes led to a lift for the people, for the handicapped, for the people with disabilities, and people used to come and said, wow, this is a wonderful design for people with wheelchairs. And I was saying, no one on a wheelchair will be able to go up this slope. They've only done it because people that come say exactly that. This is very good, it's very accessible for all, but it's not. And this is a reality that we have to face, and this is a risk if we do not control this kind of comments. Are you sure this was not a part of the Tour de France stage? Because 15 or 20% is a lot. Yes, I think there was one that was 15 and the other one was 13 or 13-degree slope. From the point of view of accessibility of the material, of the learning materials, accessibility so that people with disabilities can go to university, I think there is no doubt about this, and it's been said many times today. We have to make sure that the law is abided by, and the Leon Dow mentioned it. I think is the law on accessibility, quality of opportunities, non-discrimination, and universal accessibility. Also, the organic law on universities states, so everyone says it, we abide by the law, and so we have, the law states it, and so we have to abide by it. It makes no sense whether there's less than 1% of the people going to university that actually have disabilities. It is regardless of the amount of people with disabilities, and we should also train, of course, the lecturers so that they can do the work properly, but not only them, also people working on audiovisual materials, people working on the production of text, people in the libraries, everyone that is responsible for anything, also teachers.
Let's now speak a little bit of digital homes. At the universities, there's a whole organization, regulations and structures which have a certain degree of control. But this can be also applied to other areas. However, in digital homes, no institution will tell you what your house should be like. So what's going to happen? The manufacturers will only have to follow the industry regulations. I think that it is the professionals themselves who need to bear in mind that when they build, and this includes, of course, all the professionals, architects and the manufacturers of devices, home appliances, and I would like to discuss the situation because there's never been so much technology in the homes, but however, it is rather inaccessible. Everybody has barriers. Very often it is very difficult to read the buttons in your washing machine. Everybody has difficulties, no matter whether you have a disability or you don't. We know of a case with digital television. In Spain, there was no accessible encoder for the blind or people with problems, vision problems. The same applies to security. There's no body or institution which will tell you what you should have in your home apart from the regulations of the industry.